Okay, welcome viewers. Today I'm going to present question and answer program on forecasting from material management course. The direction is choose the best answer. Question 1. What is forecasting primarily concerned with? A. Estimate the occurrence, timing, or magnitude of future event. B. Eliminating all unnecessary from future decision. C. Recording only past demand. D. Determining employees' performance. E. Measuring the current inventory level. The answer for this question is A. Estimating the occurrence, time, or magnitude of future event. Question number 2. Why does forecasting accuracy generally decrease as the forecasting time horizon become longer? A. Longer forecasters always use qualitative technique. B. Future conditions become more uncertain at the time period increase. C. Historical data become automatically more accurate over time. D. Managers stop monitoring long-term forecasting. A. Quantitative technique cannot be used for longer-term forecasting. The answer for this question is B. Future conditions become more uncertain at the time period increase. Question number 3. A company wants to forecast next month's demand using the 5 most recent months, whose demand were 110, 120, 125, 130, and 135 units. What is a simple moving average forecasting? Here we have to add all this and divide into 5. So when we perform this, the answer will be 124 units. Question number 4. A newly introduced product has no historical demand data. While market conditions are changing rapidly, management must produce a forecast quickly. Which approach is most consistent with the characteristics described in the above condition? Which approach is most consistent with the characteristics described in this content or in this condition? A. Simple moving average. B. Trend equation. C. Regression analysis. D. Qualitative forecasting based on expert judgment. A. Coefficient of determination. The answer for this question is D. Qualitative forecasting based on expert judgment. Question number 5. A material manager says our forecast is accurate, so there is no need to monitor it after has been prepared. Which response best evaluate this statement? A. It is correct because the forecasts are always reliable once calculated. B. It is correct only when quantitative methods are used. C. It is incorrect because the forecast should be monitored and revised when necessary. D. It is incorrect because forecast should never be changed. A. It is correct when the forecast horizon is short. The answer for this question is C. It is incorrect because forecasts should be monitored and revised when necessary. Question number 6. A retailer observes that demand for its products rises every December and fell after the holiday period. Which component of time series is most directly represented by this recurring pattern? A. Trend. B. Randomness. C. Cyclic. D. Regression. A. Seasonality. The answer for this question is C. Seasonality. Question number 7. Two forecasting methods are being considered for a product. Method X gives greater importance to recent demand, while method Y gives equal importance to all observation within the selected period. The product demand has recently changed substantially. Which method should the manager prefer based on the logic and the condition? A. Method X, because gives more weight to recent observation, can respond more quickly to recent changes. B. Method Y, because older observations should always have greater importance. C. Method Y, because moving average cannot use recent observations. D. Either method must produce exactly the same forecast. A. Neither method can be used when demand changes. The answer for this question is A. Method X, because give more weight to recent observation, can respond more quickly to recent changes. Question number 8. A manager uses simple exponential smoothing with alpha 0.2. The previous forecast was 100 units, but the actual demand was 130 units. What does the forecasting model imply about the next forecast? A. It will decrease because actual demand exceeds the forecast. B. It will remain exactly 100 units. C. It will increase by 6 units. D. It will increase by 13 units. E. It will become 130 units automatically. To calculate this, we have to apply this formula f t plus 1, which is equal to alpha times at plus in bracket 1 minus alpha, close the bracket, and multiply it by ft. So alpha is 0.2, so the actual demand at is 130, the previous forecast t, which is equal to 100. So we have to insert all these data in the formula. So ft plus 1, which is equal to 0.2 times 130 plus 0.8 times 100. So when we multiply this 0.2 and 130, we will get 26, and when we multiply 0.8 with 100, we will get 80. So the sum of the two become 106 units. So from this, the answer for this question is C. It will increase by 6 units. Question number 9. Universities demand for a particular material has been influenced strongly by another measurable factor. Historical data for both variables are available and management want to estimate demand from changing in the factors. Which approach is most appropriate? A. Consumer survey only. B. Expert opinion only. C. Simple moving average. D. Causal forecasting using regression. A. Delphi technique. The answer for this question is D. Causal forecasting using regression. Question number 10. A forecasting team uses the Delphi technique. Experts are geographically separated, provide opinions through several rounds for questioners, and receive summarized result before another round. What is the main reason for using this structure? A. To calculate a moving average. B. To eliminate the need for expert judgment. C. To measure the correlation coefficient. D. To replace historical data with random data. A. To work toward a consensus forecast while reducing direct group influence. The answer for this question is A. To work toward a consensus forecasting while reducing direct group influence. Question number 11. A regression analysis produces a correlation coefficient of R 0.9. Which interpretation is most appropriate? A. There is a strong positive relation between the two variables. B. The independent variable explains exactly 90% of the variation in demand. C. There is no relationship between the variables. D. The relationship is perfectly positive. A. The dependent variable explains 90% of the independent variable. The answer is A. There is a strong positive relation between the two variables. Question number 12. A forecasting analysis reports that R square, which is equal to 0.81 for the relationship between construction permits and plasterboard shipment. Which conclusion follows most directly from the result? A. Construction permits causes exactly 80% of all shipment. B. 81% of the variation in shipment is explained by the construction permit. C. The correlation coefficient is 0.81. D. 90% of the shipment are caused by construction permits. A. There is no relationship between construction permit and shipment. The answer for this question is B. 81% of the variation in shipment is explained by construction permits. Question number 13. A company has two possible forecasting strategies. Strategy 1. Use quantitative time series model based on historical data. Strategy 2. Use expert judgment. A company has reliable historical data, but market has recently undergone major structural change, making historical patterns less reliable. Which strategy is most defensible and why? A. Strategy 1. Because historical data should always be preferred. B. Strategy 1. Because qualitative forecasting is only used when data are unavailable. C. Strategy 2. Because rapidly changing external conditions can make historical data less useful. D. Strategy 1. Because quantitative method eliminate forecasting errors. E. Either strategies must produce the same result. The answer for this question is C, strategy 2, because rapidly changing external conditions can make historical data less useful. Question number 14. A materials manager is designing a forecasting system for a newly launched product. There is little historical data. The external environment is changing rapidly and management need input from knowledgeable specialists located in different regions. Which forecasting system would be best designed choice? A. Simple moving average using available limited observations. B. A trend equation based entirely on historical demand. C. A regression model use unrelated variables. D. A Delphi process involving several rounds of expert questionnaire. A. A simple exponential smoothing model using an arbitrary selected alpha. The answer for this question is D. A Delphi process involving several rounds of expert questionnaire. Question number 15. A company wanted to establish a forecasting process that follows material management principle. Which sequence represents the best design forecasting process? A. Collect data, calculate forecast, and determine purpose and monitor. A. Collect data, calculate forecast, determine purpose, and monitor. B. Select technique, collect data, determine purpose, and ignore assumption. C. Determine purpose, establish time horizon, select technique, gather or analyze data, and prepare forecast, and then monitor. D. Determine time horizon, prepare forecast, eliminate assumption, and collect data. A. Prepare forecast, select technique, determine purpose, monitor only if the forecast fails. So the answer is C. Determine purpose first, establish time horizon, select technique, gather and analyze data, and prepare forecast, at the end monitor. This is all about today's presentation. Thank you viewers for attending this program.